This is Insight Now for August the 9th. I'm Michael Caputo. And the Kua Feng Lee trial is evocative, it's emotional. It's really struck a chord with folks. I wanted to try and ask a question that maybe got at that. There are so many facets to this case. You know the background of it, 2.5 years in jail, convicted on vehicular manslaughter charges. The car he was driving, however, was a Toyota, which had acceleration problems, which led ultimately to the disqualification of the verdict, and he is a free man. There are a lot of ways you can go with this, but I think the one that's most appealing, and I think that strikes a chord with folks, is the idea of second chances. The idea that in order to give someone a second chance, you have to be forgiving, you have to actually maybe even admit a mistake. The idea of receiving a second chance, well, either to, you have to have regrets gone, you have to get rid of your anger. So I want to ask you the question, have you had a chance to have a second chance? Have you given someone a second chance? We're asking for stories. We've gotten a few in already. Come to this website and tell us what your second chance story is. Also, and I love when this happens, we've had a discussion on the website about child care costs in Minnesota. Just recapping, we're the third highest state for child care costs in the nation. And I wanted to know what you think that number meant. For whatever reason today we got a lot of responses. One came from Jessica. She's a former child care provider. She says she's not interested in taxpayer solutions to this problem. Instead, she says, quote, perhaps the solution lies in the increase of the median wage, not in more taxes and in programs. What she's saying is that the child care costs have gone up twice as fast as the median wage for us since 2000. Then there's a guy with a great name, Beamer Bike, and he said that he's decided to stay home with his 2.5-year-old son because of the high cost of child care. He said, we were faced with a situation of me working to earn enough to pay for child care while my wife was working full-time, or me staying home and trying to pinch some pennies. The decision wasn't hard. There's been nothing better than to have the chance to be with him and watch him grow. What's your insight on this topic? We want to know.